One of the things that I've been focusing on a lot recently is creating content that is not your traditional long-form SEO blog content. Because let's face it, over the last few years, users are becoming less and less interested in these long-form blog pieces. When they see these long-form blog posts, and I'm talking about the blog posts that are 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 words long, they got a table of contents at the top. When users find these, their eyes glaze over. And think about how you use the internet and maybe how your friends and family use the internet, because you yourself as an internet marketer, you're probably more likely to read things just because it's in your nature and you want to, see what other people are doing for SEO's sake. But I think by and large, the general public, the general consensus of users out there on the internet is that they're reading less and less and less. And personally, I consider myself a big reader, but over the years, I've noticed my ability to read and actually comprehend and digest stuff has just dwindled and dwindled while basically I just skim posts, right? So for that reason and that trend in user behavior, user interaction with content, I've really been focusing on other forms of content that may be engaging. And recently on the channel here, I've been talking a lot about YouTube Shorts and short form style video content. But today I ran across something I want to share with you guys here. So let me pull it up, and I'll pull it up. We'll just start with a tab that I got open. This is just an example I was going to show here of a long form traditional blog post. We can see it. It's got words, it's got text. Some blog posts may be done better with pictures and all that, but bottom line is there's a lot of text, and it's really created around the consensus and what has been the general rule of thumb for the last several years in SEO, and that is longer is better. Create a skyscraper piece of content. You may have heard that term, skyscraper, popularized by Brian Dean of Backlinko. Basically just compile the biggest, best piece of content on it here. But ultimately, users really don't want this. Video dominates. People want video. People are gravitating towards it. But I'm still not ready to throw in the towel on actual blog post content. So that is why I wanted to show this. And let me ask you the question here, because this is really why I'm making this video. I don't have an answer. I don't know the answer, and I don't know if there is really an answer. I guess with SEO, there really is no answer ever to anything because we don't know what Google's doing. But could a blog post like this rank? And what we're looking at here, what is this? This is what is fundamentally a blog post by the Wall Street Journal, and I have it in mobile format. And it is more like a slideshow than an actual blog post. So it's like an image, we got title, information, but then kind of segment by segment, it goes through with images. And I find this more engaging and more chunkable than your traditional long form blog post. Now, of course, the downside to this is not following your SEO best practices, of course. I did check, it is on one URL, right? So if we look at the URL here, notice they're doing it on one URL. There's nothing to the right of this question mark. So it's all loading on one URL. And they've basically just taken sections and made them individual slides or individual chunks that take over the user's full screen. And what does that do? Oh, that's a share button. So I think this is really engaging. That was my real thoughts. And as a user, I really like this. I think this is a great format for a user. But could this rank for SEO? Well, obviously, as they've got it here, I don't think it's going to, because they have no heading tags and those still need to be used. Maybe they don't need to be used, but they do certainly have a positive impact. They certainly have a positive impact. There's not a lot of content, but I don't see that. There's not a lot of text. I don't see that as being a problem. I have seen shorter pieces of content rank, but this is really engaging, and I think that maybe with getting some heading tags stuck in here, this could do very, very well for search traffic. So on that note, I'm going to try and wrap something like this into what I'm doing for content and see what happens with it, right? Basically going to be an image with a couple sentences. I might try to go more than 2 sentences, might go 3 in a headline, something like that. So to get more text on the page and to get the actual heading in there, I'll probably do that. But the other challenge is here, doing it as a slideshow like this, full screen slideshow at that, is going to be a challenge. I don't really have that capability in my WordPress install, but possibly what I could do are full height sections in my WordPress. I know I could do that, and then the user would still be scrolling, but they're just going to get They're going to get, kind of images and pictures as opposed to sliders left and right. So that is my plan. I'm going to try and implement this. On that note, guys, what do you think, right? Could a blog post formatted as basically one big slideshow like this? Could this work? Could this get organic traffic? I certainly think this is in the best interest of user behavior and user engagement, and that's what Google wants. Will Google actually reward that with organic SEO traffic? I'm not sure. I do plan on dabbling in this in the next couple months. I'm going to put this, on my priority list, not at the top, but it'll be on there and I'll get to it. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on it here. Have you seen anything like this working? Are you going to try it out? Let me know in the comments below. I want to hear from you. And guys, hey, on that note, if you found this video helpful and insightful or inspiring in the case of this video, do me a sweet one. You know the drill. Smash that like button. Do yourself a sweet one. Hit the subscribe button so you get all of my insight into digital marketing and online business. I'm calling it a wrap and signing off on that note.